What's up everyone, GalTheCown23 and welcome to this week's Blu-ray and DVD update. Yeah, another bit of a smaller week this week. I just haven't kind of got round to buying much stuff. I have bought a couple of other things, but I haven't watched those yet, so I thought I'd wait till I've actually watched them to put them in an update. Yeah, so I've got 6 titles, one being a DVD, so I'll show that off first. Now, this is probably the first kind of new release film DVD that I bought in a long time. And the main reason I got it on DVD is the fact that I didn't want to spend kind of loads of money on the film if I wasn't going to like it. It's the same as exclusive, and to be honest, I didn't really like it that much. And it's kind of weird because it was a nominated for a few Oscars, and it is the Imitation Game. I don't know what it was about this film. It just kind of, I just don't know why everyone praised it as much as they did. I understand, yeah, opinions are different. It's just, there was nothing new in this film whatsoever. It was cliched beyond belief. It was overrated, overwrought. It just didn't work for me. I will say that I might have been a little bit harsh in my initial review, and I would kind of rewatch it. I just don't know quite when. I just didn't get the praise that it got, really. I mean, like I say, it was cliched. I mean, a film like this, like a biopic, well, not a biopic because it's not kind of his whole life. It's just like a kind of snapshot of his life. Obviously, Benedict Cumberbatch playing Alan Turing. It's just there's like spy intrigue that doesn't go anywhere. There's like, you find out this guy's a spy, and I was like, yeah, so what? It was too little, too late, I think. I don't know. I just didn't like it really. And the Alan Turing character was I mean, I don't care how smart you are. If you're a prick, you're a prick, and this guy is a prick. I don't know, I just didn't like the character or any of the characters. I will say that the flashbacks to his kind of school days did work. There just wasn't enough of it. And the ending was good, I will give it that. The acting was impeccable, you know, I can't really pick at the acting at all. It's just the story, and it's like, there's actually a moment that basically is like before they kind of get to know each other, and he's like spouting all this stuff, and like nobody likes him at all. And one of the characters goes, "I'll bet you were well liked at school, weren't you?" And then it just instantly flashes back to his school days. I mean, just the way it was done, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like I said, yeah, the only real difference between this, I do prefer the slipcover on the DVD than I do the actual Blu-ray. The only kind of special features, it's a 2-disc set, and the only special features on the second disc are kind of interviews with the actors, yeah, but it just did nothing for me. And there was some absolutely laughable CGI. There's like one scene where you see like these, cause it's like during the war, they can't see these planes kind of flying over London, what have you, and then they drop these bombs, and they were so badly CGI. I actually started laughing. That's the thing. When it's meant to be serious, I just started laughing. I was like, I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care really what happens. It just didn't do anything for me. But I will consider giving it a rewatch, just not anytime soon. So I might even get rid of this, to be quite honest. But yeah, there we have the Imitation Game. And the next title is a CEX pickup, which I haven't actually watched any of, and it is a WWE, or to be more precise, WCW compilation Blu-ray, and it is the greatest WCW pay-per-view matches Volume 1. I don't know if they've announced a Volume 2 or not. I'm not that big of a WCW, I was more kind of WWE or WWF. I never really watched it when it was on TV. I am interested in kind of when I've seen it on like documentaries and stuff. I did kind of enjoy watching it, and I like kind of all the Wolfpack and NWO stuff. So I'd say I haven't watched any of these yet, but I will do eventually. The thing that kind of annoyed me is, and something that is ongoing annoyance with CEX, is the fact that you can go in a store, and well, one thing that annoys me is they have like at least 10 copies of some stuff, and I'm thinking, well, where are they getting these from? Are they getting them from somewhere else and kind of bringing them in? Are people stealing them and kind of giving them in? I just don't quite know how it works. And also, you can go into CEX one time and you'll see something like the first time I went into CEX, I saw this it was 20 quid. I'm like, well, there's no way I'm paying that. And then like a few days later, I went in again and it was a tenner. I mean, I don't quite get how. I mean, yeah, fair enough, maybe a couple of quid, but half price in the space of a few days. I don't quite know how that works. But yeah, it's nothing to do with the Blu-ray. It's kind of more CX really. I do still like. I still think that people give CX a bad rap for no reason. Fair enough, I have heard the one in York, which is one I go to, is better than some of them. So maybe if I go into other ones, I will kind of agree with people. But for now, I just don't quite get why they slag it off so much. Obviously, I know why they slag it off, but I don't quite know why, how much. But yeah, there we have WCW pay-per-view matches Volume 1. And the next title is actually a Blu-ray I bought quite a while ago, two, 3 weeks ago. I just hadn't got around to watching it, and I watched it on Friday night. I think it was Friday night, and it is John Candy in Uncle Buck. Basic story of this: John Candy plays this kind of, well, for want of a better word, kind of a slob, a layabout, if you like. His life's not particularly going anywhere. He's got a girlfriend who doesn't really respect him, and then basically there's a family comprised of a man and wife and 3 kids, 2 daughters, 1 son. One played by Macaulay Culkin, and basically he gets a phone call from his, now I can't remember whose brother he is, if it's hers or his, I think it's hers. Basically he gets a call from this family. Basically one of the character's fathers had a heart attack, so they need to go to Indianapolis or something, I think, and kind of they get him to look after the kids, and it's kind of a war of attrition with between him and kind of the eldest daughter, who's kind of like a teenager, very rebellious. But yeah, it's just a really funny, well, I would say gentle, but kind of just a really easy watch. It's nothing too involving, which I really like. John Candy is obviously an absolute genius, and it's just really, really good. Obviously, it's just kind of the disc on it by itself. But yeah, I don't think I've kind of like seen like the last maybe like 40 minutes of it. I've never seen it from beginning to end, and obviously when I have watched it, it's been on TV, so it's it's been edited down. There's quite a lot of S words and stuff like that, but I'm not really that bothered about that. But yeah, really, really funny. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. I don't think it's quite the best John Hughes film I've seen. I still kind of prefer kind of the Home Alone 1 and 2 really. But very good anyway. So that's Uncle Buck. The next one is a kind of a strange one, because I didn't like the film wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible either. It was very kind of middle ground. I don't think this has got I think it is getting a release in the UK, but I think just a straight to DVD one, although I think this is straight to DVD or straight to Blu-ray at least. And it is Fear Clinic. Starring Robert Englund, Fiona Dourif. We also got what's his name? Thomas Dekker. Yeah, some quite kind of lesser known actors. And it's kind of a weird plot. Basically, Robert Englund plays this this scientist who has this thing called the fear chamber, which kind of makes these. It's kind of he's like a scientist. Obviously, he kind of has subjects, and he puts them in this thing, and it basically kind of forces them to kind of face their fears. It kind of gives them hallucinations about kind of their fears, the fears in their lives and stuff. And then there's this group of people who were all involved in a shooting at a restaurant, and basically these various characters go back to this clinic that kind of helped them, and kind of weird shit starts happening, and it's not a terrible film, but it's not good at all either. It was serviceable. The one thing that really pissed me off about this film is the most shameful, I wouldn't really call it product placement, but I'll call it that for want of a better word. Basically, this film, as you may see from the front, also stars Corey Taylor, who you may not know is the lead singer from both Slipknot and Stone Sour. And I thought, at the beginning he was a very bad actor, but he grew into the role a little bit. He's not, don't quit your day job, I'll say that, but it's so ridiculous, right? There's a scene where he's sat in this car, and he's listening to the radio and kind of like singing along or whatever, to a Stone Sour song. I don't know what to say. And then there's like a flashback towards the shooting. There's a kid with a Slipknot shirt. I'm like, why are they giving... It just didn't really make sense, and really kind of pissed me off a bit. Some really good special effects. I will give it that. Basically, the last 20 minutes kind of saved it from being really bad. It saved, yeah, I don't know, it was just there, I suppose. There was no real reason to get it on Blu-ray because I just waited for probably Netflix, which will probably be on quite soon. Blu-ray only, obviously, with it being Region A locked as well. I wouldn't say rush out and buy it, but like I say, if it is on Netflix when it comes on there, I'd say pick it up. But otherwise, I'd probably stay away, to be honest. But yeah, the most praise I can give it is the fact that the special effects are really good. And I'll tell you something, Fiona Dourif has definitely got her father's eyes, definitely. So that's Fear Clinic. And the next one, the penultimate title in this update, is a new release again from HMV with a really nice black case and a slipcover, and it is Jack O'Connell in 71. It's more or less, it's kind of, I think it's based on the kind of a true story, or at least kind of a few true stories about this army unit that get deployed to Belfast to kind of keep the riots down, obviously during the Troubles and stuff like that. And basically Jack O'Connell is part of this squad, and he accidentally gets left behind by when they leave, and basically he gets involved with the kind of, I wouldn't say a conspiracy, but there's like it's kind of like bent coppers and stuff, and kind of I don't know, I'm not really clued up on the whole Troubles thing, but basically kind of these, I don't really know, but basically hiding out, and it gets involved with these different characters who at certain points kind of meet each other and then kind of kill each other. But it's really interesting stuff. I know it's got a lot of hype in the US as well, which I believe came out, I think it was a limited release last week, and I think I don't know if it's coming to more cinemas over there, I'm not quite sure. But I know Schmoes did a review of this, and it's just really good. It's distributed by Warp Films, which I'm a massive fan of. You may have heard me say that before. But yeah, Jack O'Connell again is great in this. I honestly don't think he's been bad in anything he's ever done. Obviously, his kind of stuff in Skins was a little bit less acting, more kind of like wild guy, I suppose. But yeah, I really rate him as an actor, and yeah, it comes in a nice black Blu-ray case, and just the Blu-ray disc as well. Obviously, I won't just give you the case. There's the disc. But yeah, it's not a film that I'd watch like loads and loads of times, but it didn't really kind of blow me away at the cinema. And to be honest, it's not like, I'm not going to say like it's one of the best films I've ever seen, because it's not. It's very good, but like I say, it's not a film I'd watch like loads and loads of times. But yeah, I liked it. So that is 71. And the last title in this update is a title which is still in, which I think kind of limited cinemas are still showing this, which is kind of strange because it's been out for ages. I think it came out. I saw this on a New Year's Day, and it is the film that won Eddie Redmayne the Oscar. It is The Theory of Everything, with a absolutely gorgeous slipcover. I'll show the slipcover off first. Basically, it's got that kind of like foil stuff on it. And the title is heavily, the title is embossed, and you got a really nice kind of gold sticker on there. It got really nice shine to it, you can see there. And then there we have the back, and also the title is also embossed on the spine as well. I don't know why the UK can't get slipcovers as good as this, but then they have the title again. But yeah, what can I say about this film that hasn't already been said? Kind of watching it again like I did last night, I do believe that Eddie Redmayne absolutely deserved the Oscar that he got. I honestly think he was the best actor. I think there might be one or two films that were up for a best actor that I haven't seen. But the ones I have seen, definitely Eddie Redmayne was definitely the best. Like I said about different kind of characters, he didn't just play Stephen Hawking, he becomes Stephen Hawking. I know that he spent some time with sufferers of ALS or motor neuron disease, and also spent time with Stephen Hawking as well, who Stephen Hawking actually quite liked the film, and also his ex-wife Jane Hawking /Wild. But yeah, it's just really well done. Looks fantastic on Blu-ray, I'll say that. Looks absolutely impeccable, more or less reference quality. And yeah, there is the back again. But yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of different movies. It's kind of a romance, and then it's some kind of a sci-fi film, but it just works. Really well directed as well by James Marsh, who directed Man on Wire and also The King, that I think that was the same guy, with Gael Garcia Bernal, that came out quite a few years ago. But yeah, really good, and if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So that's the theory of everything, and that is this update. So yeah, bit tongue-tied today, but I'm not quite sure why. So yeah, a few things, nothing too kind of amazing really, but some very solid titles in my opinion. And yeah, so again, I don't know how much, how big my update will be next week. I have got some stuff I haven't watched yet, so probably I'll kind of watch a few of those and do one next week. But I actually recently bought myself a Xbox One, which is kind of well, I wouldn't kind of say kind of like drained my funds, because I had actually saved up for it for a couple of months. But yeah, I definitely don't have enough, don't have as much money this week as I did last week. But yeah, so probably any, if not all the stuff in next week's update will be stuff that I've bought, just haven't watched. Although obviously in the update I would have watched them. So yeah, that will do for this video. Nothing much more to say. So thanks as always for watching. Have a great day.